Hello, today we'll see an article by Professor Thomas Clare, who is a professor at uh, New York University. So, see an article on articles. So, this is the article by Professor Thomas Clare, and it says articles number among the most difficult, if not most exasperating elements to master in English and in many other languages. So the articles, that is A, N, and D, are among the most difficult, if not the most frustrating elements to master in English and in many other languages. The Grammar Gazette and Syntax Sentinel want to take a look. So Professor Clare has quoted an article which appeared in the Grammar Gazette and Syntax Sentinel. So that article says English has two articles, the definite article the and the indefinite articles a and an. The governs both singular and plural nouns. So a singular means one, plural means more than one. Nouns are of four types: proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns, and abstract nouns. So most of the time the articles come before common nouns. So if I say boy, I can mean not only Ram, Shyam, Krishna, or Ravi. I can also, so the word boy is common to many boys, so it's a common noun. Similarly, girls, if I say Shuchita, or if I say Ramya, or if I say Shishira, or if I say Madhoshi, the word girl appears in common to all girls. So girl is also a common noun. So the definite article the governs both singular and plural nouns. You can say the boy, the girls. The boy is a singular noun, girls is a plural noun. While a and an can govern only singular nouns, a boy, a girl. So a and an can come only before singular nouns. Next, the is a weakened form of the Old English demonstrative adjective that. So, demonstrative adjective, demonstrate or shows which noun is meant. An adjective modifies a noun. So, in the Old English, English has got three periods. Old English, which was used from maybe the 12th century to the 14th century. Then we had Middle English, which appeared from the 14th century to the 17th centuries, and Modern English, which appears since then. So in Old English, the demonstrative adjective that eventually changed to the. The example that is given is that apple eventually morphed into the apple. That apple, demonstrating which apple is meant, eventually morphed or changed into the apple. That the word that changed into the, like a pronoun in its demonstrative sense, the points to an already mentioned antecedent. So, like a pronoun in its demonstrative sense. So, if I say that is a table, I am pointing out which table is meant. So that stands for table, so it's a pronoun. So, like the demonstrative pronoun, that the points to an already mentioned antecedent. An antecedent is a noun which comes before a pronoun. So the points to a noun which has already been mentioned once before in the piece of writing. So the example given is women on our college squad have an amazing winning streak. The women there can play ball well. So the noun women is mentioned twice in this sentence. So when it says the women, it points to an antecedent, the antecedent women in the first part of the sentence. In its determinative sense, the points out a definite person or thing, the women. So uh, the word the can also be used as a determiner. That is, it determines which noun is meant. So in its determinative sense, the word the points out a definite person or thing, the women. The can also carry an only or best sense, the man, the place to be. So, the man means the only man who is meant. The place to be means it is one of the best places to be. Note that in spoken English, this use of the is accented to show its force. The man, the place to be. So, in the spoken form of English, the word the is stressed. It is the syllable the is stressed. So when you say the man with the accent, with the stress on the man, it means the only man. The place to be means the best place to be. The definite article also has a generalizing sense. The elephant is slow to mate. D.H. Lawrence. Elephants are slow to mate. So the elephant is slow to mate means elephants in general are slow to mate. So the definite article also has a generalizing sense. The can also combine with an adjective in order to express an ideal. And so we have some adjectives like bold, beautiful, etc. When we say the bold, we are expressing an ideal sort of person, the bold man, the beautiful people, the beautiful women. So the can also combine with an adjective like bold or beautiful to express an ideal. This use of the generalizing article comes across in uses like the Dutch and the English and the good and the bad. So Dutch is the name of people. Dutch is also the name of a language. Dutch is an adjective. English, the word English is also an adjective. So when we say the Dutch, we mean the Dutch people or the Dutch language in general. And when we say the English, we mean the English language or the English people or some other noun like the English countryside. So when we say the English, it has a general sense as well as the good and the bad. So the good people, the good things, the bad sense, etc. So good, bad, Dutch, and English are all adjectives. So when we use the before these adjectives, it means those adjectives in a general sense. In front of a famous person's name, the definite article turns the phrase the plus name into a common noun. She is the Shakespeare of our era. So Shakespeare is the name of a famous person, but if we say she's the Shakespeare, the proper noun Shakespeare turns into a common noun. That is, when we say that she's the Shakespeare of our era, of our age, we mean that she is the best poet of our era or age. So, the indefinite articles a and the, a and an are syncopated forms of the numeral 1. So, a and an have the meaning of one, the number one. The uses are many and varied. The indefinite article leads or points to an individual person or thing without defining that person or thing precisely, as in there is an empty coffee cup in the kitchen. So when we say an empty coffee cup, we mean an empty coffee cup which is not defined. So a or an mean an individual person or thing without defining which person or thing is meant. In an even more indefinite sense, the indefinite article connotes the adjective and pronoun any, as in, there isn't any woman on staff for whom we have greater respect. So, a or an are also used in the sense of any. So, if we say there isn't a woman on staff, we mean there isn't any woman on staff for whom we have greater respect. The indefinite article can have the force of an adverb such. He was a sight for sore eyes. It means that he was such a sight for sore eyes. So a stands for such a sight. So such is an adverb. Note that the indefinite article can in fact mean one. So a or an can mean one. The bag weighs a pound. And like the definite article, the indefinite article can render a proper noun into an implied common noun. So, just like the can change a proper noun into a common noun, so can a or an change a proper noun into a common noun. The example given is she is a veritable Mother Teresa. So, when we say she is a Mother Teresa, we mean that she is the proper noun Mother Teresa has been changed into common noun. That means she is a very holy or a pious lady. Note that including or striking the definite and or indefinite article can change meaning radically. So if we leave out the definite or the indefinite article, the meaning of the sentence can change radically or fundamentally. When it governs the same person, the definite article should not be repeated as in the best and brightest people. So here the noun that is governed is people. When we say the best and brightest people means just one group of people, whereas the quickest and the slowest gathered at the starting line indicates distinct groups. So two separate groups which are the quickest runners and the slowest runners gathered at the starting line. Ditto for the indefinite article. So similarly for the indefinite article, a Spanish and English dictionary means a bilingual dictionary which converts from Spanish to English, whereas repeating the indefinite article makes for two books. A Spanish and an English dictionary are two separate books. Including or omitting the indefinite article makes all the difference between a little thought went into that project and little thought went into that project. So when we say a little thought means some thought and little thought means hardly any thought went into that project. So it pays to be alert to even the smallest things. So this is the article by Professor Thomas Clare, which I'm going to like. So as I was saying, Professor Thomas Clare is from the New York University, State University of New York at Buffalo, and we are both members of this group, which is Grammar Geeks. Thank you. We correspond sometimes on LinkedIn from where this message is taken. Thank you again.